Peter Obi to pay Dele Farotimi'S 30 million naira bail fee. I know recently, I think yesterday or thereabout, that the court sitting in Ekiti State has granted Dele Farotimi bail, but to pay the sum of 30 million naira and made other conditions required for his bail. And people are, and even the Dele Farotimi himself is not even saying anything about it. But Peter Obi has offered to stand as surety and to meet all the Dele Farotimi's bail requirement so that Dele Farotimi can come out. So now Obi has donated himself to do it. We don't know whether the court has agreed or not, but again, let's dive into the details. The former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has said he would meet the bail conditions of human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi. Nigeria News reported that Farotimi, in his alleged defamation case against Afe Babalola, was granted bail by Ekiti Magistrate Court on Friday. So the bail conditions include 30 million naira bond, 2 sureties. One shall be a house owner, submit his passport, and shall not grant any media interview. Can you imagine? What kind of bail condition is that? So the people, why will Peter Obi enter this kind of thing now? It's not just paying 30 million naira, but the sureties will know. That means if you're a surety, you will not grant press interview. You will submit your international passport. What kind of thing is that? So Peter Obi's decision to meet Farotimi'S bail condition was communicated by a former spokesman of his presidential campaign organization in 2023, Tanko Yunusa. So Yunusa disclosed this in a brief statement on his X handle on Friday. So according to him, the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, wanted the allegation against the former member of his campaign organization to be resolved in the best interest of all concerned. So I consulted His Excellency Peter Obi as the leader of the obedient movement, as a respecter of rule of law, due process and order. He offered to take Dele Farotimi'S on the bail conditions. So he thanked our courts and all concerned on this matter. His concern is that situation be resolved to the best interest of all concerned, as well as legal systems. So he extended his sincere appreciation to all concerned, Obi's aide stated. So Peter Obi is willing to meet all these bail conditions. One is 30 million naira, 2 is 2 sureties, and these 2 sureties will have properties, and then they submit the international passport and will not grant press interview. Can you imagine? Any media interview on the matter? What kind of bail condition is that? People will talk about it now. Okay, even if they don't grant press interview, some other people will grant press interview and talk about it. Even Dele Farotimi himself will even grant press interview. So let's get into some comments. I know that people have written. Somebody said, a true leader fights for his people. Peter Obi is a good example of a good leader. Nigeria still has hope. Some said, that's my president. Freedom is coming for Nigerians sooner than they thought. Why all these conditions? This zoo is funny. Okay, they are called wise men from the east because they could see what the south, southwest, and north cannot see. The more you hate and oppress the east, the more their increase in gold and silver, men servants and maid servants. Can you see? Some people faces the east before they can talk to their God. So the wise man from the east showed up to meet Farotimi'S bail condition because he can see far. Not be lies. Somebody this has written. I don't say the wise men came from the east searching for Jesus. This is truism. An Igbo man taking a risk for Yoruba man versus Yoruba man. Can you imagine? Love your neighbor as yourself. Show me your impact in my life, and I will show you my neighbor conditions. But they will keep mute and mocked in the corner of their parlor. Here comes a wise man from the east. Can you imagine? Hey, these people, I want for the right up. This is a fight that is between a Yoruba man and a Yoruba man, and Igbo man is coming to mediate over it to ensure there is peace. What a wisdom. So say God Almighty will contribute or will continue to bless His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi infinitum. Infinitum. Forever. They are doing all they can to make sure nobody speaks. That is the reason behind the outrageous bail condition. I wish we have a decent judiciary system. All this nonsense would have stopped. One day a righteous man will be on Aso Rock throne, and those remaining in Nigeria then will rejoice. Thank you, Peter Obi, the people's mandate. Can you imagine? Everybody is happy to see this. The truth of the matter from this case is that they say Farotimi wrote a book, and they are not happy with the judiciary in Ekiti State and all over the country. They are not happy with the book. But unfortunately, Afe Babalola and the judiciary system, he gladly and unconsciously started acting out what Farotimi wrote in his book. Because if they're asking for evidence, the evidence is all this court case, trying to kill the matter, trying to kiss voices, trying also not following judicial process to resolve the matter. You understand? So now you can see what is happening in the judiciary in the state, exactly what Farotimi wrote in his book that is being played out. So what else? What other evidence do you want? That is the truth. Look at all that happened during Tinubu's presidential election and all the challenges that both Atiku and Obi made in the court, and look at how the cases went. Look at how all other judiciary cases have been going in the country, and you will say Farotimi was wrong. The man just kept quiet and we're watching all of them. He has his own game plan. Only God knows what his game plan is. But I tell you that the judiciary, I'm telling you, the judiciary has unconsciously acted out Dele Farotimi's book. And that is it. And that is enough evidence anybody wants to see. Yeah? Quite unfortunate. Dele Farotimi will come out, and all this is, God will give deliverance to this country one day from the hand of people who have set their conscience with hot iron. Look at small Burkina Faso. Look at the military junta there. Look at what he did. He paid out their, is it $49.6 billion international debt without any contribution from the Western world from anywhere. And they did it single-handedly, and now the country is happy. What else do you want? But rather, Nigeria, that should be richer than Saudi Arabia, is borrowing every day to service loan. Borrowing, look at the budget they made for 2025. Their interest is almost over 50% there. Okay? And then the rest 250 million people will have the other 50% of the budget. That is what it looks like, because when you see what is going to go to the presidency, the executive arm of government, the legislative arm of government, the judiciary arm of government, you know that, look, it is not a joke. They are just there making the budget for themselves. And they passed this budget without trouble like last year, meaning that all their interests have been protected in the budget. That is what it implies. Nigeria. And then when somebody speak out, you arrest the person. When somebody speak out, you arrest the person. That is dictatorship. Tinubu's government is tantamount to dictatorship. That is it. And all the security agencies are playing to the gallery. Quite unfortunate. We'll get out of it one day. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment. Congratulations to Farotimi, and thank you to Peter Obi for coming up to resolve the issue.